Greetings and salutations. I am Cameron Rushmore. Way! Totally forgot to do half a dozen things. I've been tired. I'm still tired. I have a train of thought. Let's find out where it goes. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. I'm setting up today. I sent out a tweet to basically say, hey, I'm going live, come join me. And a guy, Owen KC Stevens, on Twitter, you might not have heard of him, but if you're a fan of Starfinder, then maybe you should pay attention to his Twitter because he does a lot of work. He's the one of the designers, I believe it is. That was his level of the Starfinder system. He's worked with Paizo for many years. I think he still works with Paizo from time to time. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that he's not the lead designer anymore. I don't know what that's about. I've not dug into it. It's all like, it could be something, it could be nothing. But there's a trend going around Twitter. These things happen where basically it's all like you post up your pictures that are like the most romanceable NPC picture of you, and you know, to a certain degree, I'm sort of like, okay. For some people, when I first heard about it, when I first started poking around and seeing some of these things, it's from very attractive people making sort of like just pictures of them in whatever setting that they want, and basically it's like, this is my most romanceable NPC shot. And you know, here's the thing: a lot of tabletop gamers do not fit the standardized models for sort of like what is attractive in males, females, and everything in between. And so, you know, one of the things is it's like he himself does not fit the standard definition of attractive for a male. But he posted up a picture anyway, and basically it was just like there's a bit of a story to go with that. I won't read it all out because it's, you know, I'd only be ad-libbing or reading it verbatim. I highly recommend you go check it out and, you know, give it a like if you agree with this story, which I do. But that's why I was late. I was too busy reading that than just setting up stream. So I'm seeing some okay. So I'm Cameron Rushmore. I'm currently playing through Pathfinder Kingmaker, as you might be aware of, you know, given the on this shot just across the top and down the side, it's not very clear that that's Pathfinder Kingmaker in the background. But if I just switch back to this, you can actually see Pathfinder Kingmaker. Maybe I should make something slightly more, I don't know. I'm still contemplating what I'm going to do about the background, because at the moment I can see that you can see round about there and round about there are two major defects on the wall behind me. And it's like, it's picking those up. It's like, I didn't think the wall was that bad. I do intend on moving everything around. It's kind of going to wait until my chair got here, and then my chair got delayed. It was supposed to arrive like yesterday, but only got confirmation that it was getting shipped out today. So that was like, and I still have no idea what I'm going to do with the other room. Because I've been thinking of painting the back wall green. And, you know, oh shoot, I just remembered somewhere where I've not posted that I'm streaming. Let me just do that now. As soon as I'll watch out. I'm thinking about it. And so yeah, if I went green screen, you'd be able to see the background. That's where I was going with that train of thought. I'm playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. Let's get on with that. I can't remember where I was up to other than just gotten Tristan back, I believe. Although I've got him back, I've not actually picked him up and put him into the group. I'm going to find out how long that takes, because I'm slightly concerned about how long I've been ignoring the whole barbarian at the gate kind of thing. So let's switch over to the game, let's kill the background music, and away we go. Torches can be used to deal AoE fire damage. Swarms hate torches. That's good to know. I mean, I don't think there's, you know, I have plenty of people with fireball, and you know, I've got vials of acid flask and other wonderful things. Alchemist fire is another thing that I have. We got some gloves of elven kind and a piece of sky metal. This item bears traces of lost power. It seems that you found a shard of a destroyed artifact. If you find all fragments, an artisan with enough skill could restore it for you. And these gloves grant the wearer +5 competence bonus to knowledge arcana and +5 bonus concentration checks. Where's skills? See, concentration isn't a skill here, but they've listed it so it's a bonus to concentration checks. What's this? Among the glassware and damp papers notes there are cut flowers, buds, and petals and leaves. The vials of and flasks have been lined up neatly on the shelves. The fluids inside them have darkened and turned to sludge. Alrighty then. I'm guessing I can go out the front door now. Pretty much. See, I know that there's something there by the shadows on the map. You know, it's trails there and then goes around to there, but for whatever reason my perception's never been able to pick up on it. There we go, the door is unlocked. How's everybody doing this evening? This is the stream at the slightly newer time of, you know, 8 o'clock, rather than streaming at 9 while midnight. I'll take that just in case it's relevant and we'll leave. It'll still be the same, roughly, time frame, so like, number of hours played, it will be 8 through 11. That's just so that I can close up the stream and get over to Half Singer Games when she starts streaming. And also it means that if I am tired by the end of it all. I'm good. Josh is watching, thanks. Josh watching Twitch, that's it. I'm just going to call you Josh. I'm guessing that's your name or roughly your name. Don't go up on the battlements, just go out the gate. If you prefer me to go use something else, then by all means tell me off, and I will do. But yeah, I'm not too... I've been on leave from work this week, and my sleep pattern has gone right up the wall. I've been staying awake until like 7 AM most mornings. And seeing as though it's only a week that I'm on leave, I gotta now start thinking about getting my sleep pattern back in order. So we're at the Verdant Chambers. Loachingdale is there, and it will take a day and 11 hours. If we go straight up this way, I need to get roughly there, and it will take a day and 11 hours. The thing is, people are not looking healthy. I'm gonna go get Tristan. That is my plan. Okay, let's just close that, check this. Darkness retreats into Turnbased Deeps. Regions. I can get another region. Advisors. Tristan's back. His loyalty is down, I feel. But on the plus side, oh no, it's still pretty high. We got that one, and we've got that one. It's an opportunity, that's a problem. deal with the problem. Why are you not dealing with it already? That's because you're not very good at it. You're better than him at it. Defaced Sisters, Tristan, and Lost Dwarven Knowledge. We found a section of the library in the abandoned keep. What secrets does it hide? I don't know. What secrets does it hide, storyteller? What's this? Oh, it's an other thing. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Flip. Go. Right, I need to rest. A hunter should be appointed. We have no hunter. Is anybody good at hunting? 7, 7. I mean, are you even good at that, Melanie? You're not. Go over there and help with the hunting. Oh no, I can procure rations. In which case, I don't need. I think. Yeah, hunting, procuring rations.
You know, Harem, I don't think your Grotus cares about his congregation. What's the point in worshipping him?
And what's the point in venerating the other gods? All they promise their followers is empty fuss, pleasure, war, magic. For his part, Grotus teaches us to accept the inevitable with dignity.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, but oh my god, it's so boring. Right. Continue on. Charisma drain, strength drain. Strength, Constitution, Charisma, Constitution, Strength. Right, we'll not be staying here long. Just gonna take a quick peek into the throne room, make sure nobody wants us. Rest up, because everybody's starting to be fatigued again, and away we go. That's something I'm pretty sure I was close to. I brought some relics, ancient artifacts, scraps of armor, 16 fragments. And Star Commander's glove with the star metal. I didn't check how many pieces of star metal that I needed. But where's the thing? Uh, 12, 11, 13, 14. Okay, still don't have enough of all of those types of things. See this twisted, the unicorn's horn. It doesn't say that it's something for merchants. You know, time for legend, a bright bauble, a merchant will pay well for it. A merchant will pay well for a old map of Avistan. Doesn't mention that's for merchants, so what am I supposed to do with the random unicorn home? I don't know. Right. So slowly getting there, I think, on those things. I think that's one of the things, if I played this game again, is I'd actually go away and look up a guide and stuff, sort of like what's where and how to make sure that you acquire them all. Because it's one of them interesting things where it's like, oh yeah, having these things where you need to collect it, and eventually you'll collect enough of them to be able to forge it back together. I've yet to actually, in this playthrough, manage to gather up all of the pieces for any one of them. I don't want to go looking it up because that kind of skews things. It's I want to be playing this without relying on a guide. Yet it seems like every single one of them let's offer, because that gets rid of a lot of stuff. Noble Warhammer, it's +3 Warhammer, that can go. Scimitar +2. What's Tristan using? Tristan, why do you have no equipment? Oh my word. Wait, all your stuff is here, I think. Take the Scimitar +2 back. Draping. What's this? That's Tristan's. That might be Tristan's. Boots of Elvenkind, no. Vast Intellect +2, no. Positive Energy. Some amulets. I think that's just about everything. So yeah, the unicorn, you know, dumping everything out for merchants. The unicorn's horn didn't get included. Right, okay, now let's get off to go find Valerie and the terrible, terrible things that she's been up to. Liv. You're benched. You're back in rotation. Yay, Tristan's back. I often end up with a load of them used in quest. My choices prevent me from doing so. Yeah, the thing is, it's all like I've seen some of these yellowed items, and it's like there's the. When taking over the Stag Lord's lair, I found these objects that were wooden toys from one of the people that I killed, and it's like, it's got that yellowish background. And it's like, this doesn't seem magical. It doesn't seem worthwhile me hauling around. Yet here we are. I'm not going to sell it because it seems to have some relevance. Spellbook. Level 6. Let's have a mass spell strength. I think most of us rely on that. It's annoying because it's all that's charisma, that's wisdom, strength, constitution. Where's the one? I mean, mass blessing of luck and resolve. Sounds interesting. Saving throws if the type fails in a reroll. Take the newer result even if it's worse. Where's the one for Dex? Where's the one for intelligence? Maybe. Yeah, charisma. There's not one for intelligence and there's not one for Dex. Where are they? Possibly at a later level. I don't know. Right. Ooh, more spells here. Am I allowed to take another flame strike? I'll take another flame strike. And let's take a raised dead just in case. That seems to be okay because I do need to clean everybody else up. That seems to be okay. Oh, another first level spell. Buh. Let's have another Bane. I very rarely use Bane. I mainly use Bless, but it might be useful. Right, I'm saving 11 hours here. It didn't take me that long to get around. I have not equipped Tristan's items. I may have sold his crossbow. His model does not have the eye thing. So this is interesting. I've sold his crossbow somewhere. I mean, you've got a light. You're not really using a light crossbow. I'm taking this off you. I prefer Tristan had something slightly better, but he doesn't. Maximize, empower, lesser maximize, that kind of. But yeah, items with yellowed backgrounds. I think I might have benched some of them. I mean, I don't think he's got opposing schools of magic. Because I thought all of these were in the same school anyway. Transmutation, transmutation, transmutation. So, if Cat's Grace and the other one. So Eagle, Splendor, Bear's Endurance, Bull Strength, Owl's Wisdom is a second. But if we click on the third... I mean, he could just not be a cleric thing. Fox's Cunning is a transmutation. I mean, it doesn't tell us from here. It's one of them. Anytime, you know, if I go to a scroll, it doesn't actually tell us exactly. It just says who this scroll is available to. If you're playing, I don't worry about being late, my cat. It's nice of you to join. Just basically been going over random things. One of the things is if you go onto any the archives of Nethys and select a spell, there'll be a usable by, and it won't list people because it's that, but it'll be like usable by a cleric at 3rd level, usable by a paladin at 5th level, usable by a wizard at 3rd level, that kind of syntax. And, you know, it gets a little bit confusing because it is a lot, so, you know, if they introduce the Oracle, which is a thing that could happen, is basically, it'd be so like, okay, well now we've got to go away and update all of these spells because they're now included in the Oracle spell list. For Pathfinder 2nd edition, they've done something a little different, which I really found to be a great idea, is rather than basically your spells are this list, your spells are this list, your spells are this list, and having a list for every single class, you have I want to say an archetype, a school, as it were, and there's occult, divine, arcane, and something else. Can't remember them off the top of my head. Oh, primal for nature. And So whenever they release a new spell, they basically say that this is a 5th level primal spell. And so if your class can cast primal spells and has access to the 5th level, ta-da, you can cast this spell. So it gives the granularity of being able to basically choose, I want to be a witch and I get access to these spells. I want to be a wizard and use these spells. And there's some overlap. There are also class-specific spells, but they're few and far between, and they don't overlap in any way, shape, or form. You know, if it's a cleric spell, then it is a cleric spell. If they were to introduce a new class, they might suggest it's like you can choose one of the cleric spells if you belong to that particular deity. Or they might just basically copy and paste the spell and say, hey, you know, as a oracle, you get access to this spell at this level, without indicating that it's identical to the other spell mentioned. But with that, I have no idea where Cat's Grace and Eagle's Cunning is. I can just turn around and leave. The only way I found to check what spells can I get is right click on the spell and on the class screen one at a time. Yeah. Not sure which screen you're meaning there, but yeah, it's gonna be going through each and every spell. I mean, one of the things about clerics and some of the other casters or other caster types is that they don't have to know the spell, they get access to all of their patron spells. An unexpected visitor has arrived. A terrifying visitor is awaiting you, giving chills to the servants and guards alike. Well, they can just deal with it. It's a problem it doesn't have an expiry date. It's just ranking up stuff, which unfortunately I need to be there for. Continue! Oh, hello. On the bank, to our utter surprise, we saw a fairy. Its rough sounding ferryman smelled like onions and trouble. He told us that the problem of pirates on the river had been resolved. A group of Numerians has gone downstream and scared all the pirates off. He told us then the heartbreaking story of his friend, who once robbed travellers, but was wise enough to yield to the Numerians, and now was living the miserable life of an honest man. Against all my expectations, we got to the other side without any trouble. I mean, okay. The screen where it shows you levels, where your levels are shown in the... Oh! You mean this screen? I don't think there was anything here that told you spells. Oh, it does. Oh yeah, would you look at that? So I get, at this level, these spells. Ooh, I get blasphemy. I do like a bit of blasphemy every now and again. It's the last level that I get spells, 17th. And there's 5 of them. And I have 9th level spells, and by the time that I get to 20th level, I can cast 4 of these. Give or take bonus from spellcasting stat. Wow. Off into the unknown countries. Fight.
Not afraid.
Oh, I'd be afraid. I'd be very afraid. Yep, be afraid. Right, why are you your fire self? Don't... Why miss? That does nobody any favors. Tristan, welcome back. Time to bless. Oh, no, don't run up to him. Why are you running up to him? Why am I getting lots of beeps like things are happening in the background that I don't want to be happening in the background?
Strike is won.
Yay! 3 points of damage! Snowball! Another snowball! Try to kill one off quickly. This is terrible. My face, I was using that. You are very much likely to die. I mean, just kill that thing.
Protect me, please.
Yay, we killed it, and then got absolutely mullered on Lindsay. Right, Tristan, I would like you to... Why do I not have a heal prepared? Oh, wait, that's because I can... No, I can't do that. Why did I not prepare heal? I should prepare a heal instead of one of those. The Inspired Recovery is nice, but heals are even better. Just give us a burst. That's pretty good. Right, and also switch your weapon back over to your crossbow. It's going to be useless in these situations, but I'd rather you try that than be dead. Why are you not...
Do not falter.
God dang it. This is just a massacre.
Taste my
Can't move far enough away. That's what I should do. Can I do that? Tristan, do me a favor. I'm pretty sure I've still got some of these prepared. Oh, fiddlesticks. For the longest of times, I've had communal protection from energy, you know, in his wheelhouse. I've dropped them all out so that I could get through restorations. You know, Kaliki, Octavia, and Valerie need some restorations going on. I've not had chance to do them yet. But because of I've dropped them all for restorations, I don't have protection from energy communal. What I should look at though is scroll of resist, fire, and then bust that out.
Repent.
Can we move a little bit this way? And can we get Kaliki in there? Yes, we can. There we go. Everybody's got fire resistance now. At least a little bit of it. If 5PV isn't doing it for you, you can try mobility. Dex is high enough. Yeah, there is that. Can we get a haste? Sure, let's get a haste out. And then ability. Ability under mobility. Acrobatics. I've already taken some off. Totally failed. Minimum damage. I'm guessing that most of this is actually coming through as... or some of this is coming through as fire at least. Doesn't actually tell me here exactly how much of this is fire. No, it's bludgeoning and fire. Well, it helps, and it's Valerie, so she's able to suffer. Or Lindsay, where? Why? Acrobatics. You're probably gonna fail this. Not only did she fail it, she fell into the hungry pit. Well, bother. Alright. Tristan's got a lot of... fire spells, because I like fire. Right, now we're up here. Will this work on these guys? There we go, it's a little tiny wolf.
Provoked.
I thought Tristan was far enough away. Obviously he was not.
Onwards.
See, this is the thing. One of the things that I feel is that my group is very much entirely reliant on Valerie being the center of attention.
You forced my hand.
Because while she's the center of attention, nobody can hit her, as it were.
Stay behind me.
Well, when they do hit her, it's infrequent, and it is for minor amounts of damage. Compared to everybody else, and especially seeing as though she's got nearly 200 hit points, those amounts of damage aren't really going to cripple her straight away. But unfortunately, what that does mean is if they're not concentrating on Valerie, and Valerie can't do this on her own, she needs, 3 points of damage, none, 1 point of damage, miss. 4 points of damage in 4 attacks is not great. I mean, Octavia's not having a great time right now. Especially seeing as though something just decided to go over there and murder her. Concealment. Yeah, greater invisibility might help on that one. Not sure. Open spellbook. Do I have greater invisibility yet? And character, class. Oh god. This is where everything starts getting a bit messy. So this is... Which pit is here? I saw it. Hungry pit. So yeah. Improved invisibility I don't think is this one. Greater invisibility is a... whatever this is. 4th level. So yeah, I need to find greater invisibility or pick it up at a level up. And it might help, and it's one of them where it's like, it might help in terms of, going forward. But at the same token, there's far too many creatures out there that can see through invisibility, in my humble opinion. What? Do you ever get the feeling that this game is just all like, you know what? Fuck you. I was struggling against 4 of them. I killed 2 of them. No, I was struggling against I was struggling against how many there were. I killed some of them and they introduced another 4. Who just instantly started ignoring Valerie and run up to everybody else. You think I know what the icon looks like. There we go. Dance, Tristan, dance! Run away!
Flower, grant me strength.
Tristan with his 3 hit points. Valerie, you can do this.
Let us try this one.
You're gonna have to murder everything. Lost it again. There it is, mobility. Try and get out of the way. Nope, did not manage to get out of the way. That's Tristan out for the count. Let's just go finish him off. Why not? Hey ho. Oh no, going around the back for Kalik.
What a miserable last chapter.
I mean, it kind of didn't help that Lindsay fell into the pit. Not gonna lie. My bad. Screw it. Where's the autosave? Let's go back to this one. I think. Because this is the one that I just managed to walk away from. You switch over to your other side. Tristan. Let's have some restorations from you. I didn't mean. Since when does a right click mean that you want things to happen?
Here.
Character screen. What have we got? We got 1 drain there, 2 drain there, 2 and 1, 1 and 3. Okay.
Right here, my friend.
Barely worth the diamond dust. But I'm excessively rich, so I don't care. Really? Oh, this only does damage. These are drains. Okay, so it is worth the diamond dust. Right, I got 1 left in me by doing the shenanigans. When I find... No, that's Octavia.
Ask, and I shall answer.
It's one way of getting the achievement. Is to like load up the autosave and then leave. Because the achievement doesn't know that it's the same encounter that you've been in. And I could just get around this achievement just by being basically like, yep. Reload, leave, reload, leave, reload, leave, and it'll just keep clocking up the the achievement. I don't really want to do that, but right. And then I click this button because I can't remember what the event is. I think it's the unexpected visitor, a terrifying visitor. And this is just a book. Try to avoid. Things out here are terrible.
Enemy approaching.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
I mean, okay, these don't look as bad. Didn't you used to have 4 icons? Could have sworn you had at least 1 more. Surprise! Yeah, these should be slightly easier. Yeah, I have equipped. Oh no, I've not changed his weapon though. See, when they all go for Valor, this is fine. It doesn't matter what they do. In fact, if they all keep gathering around Valerie like that, I'm going to have to rest soon. So I might as well do the fireball out of nowhere. Because that's always good for a laugh. And it didn't even... Shouldn't... Valerie take some damage? Oh well, not gonna question it. He's blind, you can just tell him he's an enemy in that direction instead. I mean, he's not actually classified as blind, and I'm not sure why. It seems to be some mystical ability blessed by Serenray that he's lost his eyes, but he's not blind. And also, welcome J-Station, how's it going? Valerie, murder everybody. Or try to murder that one guy then. Oh no, I've already turned it on and off. See, this I don't mind. This is perfectly acceptable. They've sent in reinforcements. Not, you know, Jay, I think you've only just arrived me, but before I had sort of like 5 or 6 greater fire elementals. Absolutely mullered me. I managed to take 2, maybe 3 of them out. 2, and then they sent in another 4. It's like, really? Is that what we're doing now? Just sending ridiculous encounters after me? I had to reload. I got a slightly more favorable number on the random encounter table. Tristan, put away the sword. You're not too bad at it, but it seems a little bit daft that you're running around with a sword.
Repent!
There's a wolf coming up behind you. There is no longer a wolf coming up behind you. Yeah, that was an actual random encounter. It wasn't me just sucking badly at it. Murder. I did not see that there's a wolf still there. But somebody else sneaking up behind us, and I don't like it, but you don't really have range for that. So go murder that guy. Well, they've been nowhere near that tough for the most part. Yeah, for the most part, I think it's... I think it is regionalized random encounters. I know that in the adventure paths, they tend to do that a little bit. Or, you know, they're either regionalized so that it's not overpowering, because it's like, here's book 1. The characters are expected to be between 1 and 4. So use this random encounter table where it limits it to random encounters that people who are through between 1 and 4 levels can manage it. Of course, if it's the higher level of that and you're level 1, then you're just going to get mullered. And I have a feeling that that's what's happened in this case. I've gone into a new area where my level should be between anywhere near levels 15 to 16 or whatever. What am I? 12 to 14, 15. Something like that. And it's just like, yep, nope, that's gonna sting a lot.
This should do it.
And then the barbarian goes pop.
A calculated risk.
And then the others should regret life choices. Yeah, the random encounter, you missed a reload then, I guess. Or did you? The random encounter achievement is actually just, you know, survive the random encounters. That wasn't very nice. Couldn't find a spell quick enough to mull you with, but... Here, have a kinetic ice... Oh wait, no. That. And then turn off that. How do I do one of these? I want to do one of these. Oh, right, that's how it is.
Is going to hurt. Cool it.
I didn't quite go according to plan. I was expecting earth-shattering kaboom. Why is there no earth-shattering kaboom? Yeah, so I had to reload from the fire elementals. And then I went back and encounter, and that encounter, when I left it, increased the achievement number. So one of the things that I could do if I really wanted to finish off the achievement sooner rather than later is just spend about half an hour reloading that save file and continually exiting that area, and it clocks up 1 on the achievement. I mean, it's a pretty save scummy way of doing it, as it were. But it would then mean that I don't have to worry too much going forward. I'm glad that these barbarians have healing potions. I didn't mean to pick up that masterwork index. I don't care for it. It means that I would be able to just, you know, when I walking across the down the road and click on avoid the encounter rather than engaging with it. But I'm up to 75 now. Random encounters survived. The betrayer back. I mean, yeah, there's less reliance on them. Right, I'm gonna camp here. I can't do the whole thing of Huh. Right, so who's 2, 0, 7, 0, 2, 17. Oh, Tristan can go hunting for supplies, because that's in his wheelhouse, apparently. What do you do? Everybody get back up. Go away. What are you good at? You're good at literally nothing in this list, apart from maintaining your armor. Valerie adjusts and repairs her armor, gaining a +1 circumstance bonus to the first battle within 12 hours. The effect extends by 1 additional battle for every 4 levels Valerie has gained beyond the first level. I mean, what does it constitute as a battle? But anyway, it's a +1 to her AC. Okay. Right, I'm okay at everything. But definitely, the blind cleric Tristan is best at hunting. You're pretty good at cooking, camp camouflage, taking watch, and not so great at taking watch, but... Oh no, you're okay at the camp camouflage. You're okay at taking the watch. You're great at the cooking, and you can take the other watch. There we go. So that's happening
You chose
now.
a path of a warrior, and now your sword is always wet with blood. What, do you like killing?
War is no less honorable a trade than any others. It's definitely not worse than drawing, or arranging letters into lines. As for my enemies, I'm not the one who puts weapons in their hands. Like me, they've chosen their own path.
And off we go. Everybody's feeling a lot better. I should have the restorations today for sorting out the rest of it. Oh, I'm here to meet the barbarians at the gate. That's what I'm doing. So I just had a moment where it's like, why am I waiting for this loading screen? Hey, Amory and Garwat. Gwat? Maybe the G is silent and it's just Wart. I've been growing old waiting for you. The battle's already started. There are streams of blood everywhere. I don't know if we've had enough time to save anyone at this point. Care, meet Wart of the Tiger Lords. He's Dograf's apprentice and the cleric too. A real smart one. They're on our side, and the two of us have an arrangement. Just listen to him. He'll explain things. I don't wish to waste your time, but I'll be brief. We're sick and tired of Amrag and his crazy witches. We have to help the Brevens, and we want to pull our kin out of this senseless slaughter. Our interests coincide. We leave Amory alone for just a little while, and she goes and starts a rebellion. Sounds about right. Why are you unhappy at Amrag? The chieftain's job is to fight for wealth and the glory of his tribe, not to cram vague bullcrap about some great future down the throats of his tribesmen. The real Amrag once made all of Numeria tremble before the Tiger Lord. So what has this Amrag done? Sent our people to their deaths for no reason, and he'll continue to do so in the future. Why should we even fight for the Brevens, for goodness sake? Is everyone going to pay us for it? Will the sisters? Dream on. We are tired of being used as pawns in a game we don't even understand. Let us use you as an example. Perhaps you're not the most important person in the River Kingdoms, but you're certainly not an enemy to yourself or your people, right? Now put yourself in our shoes. Imagine now your chieftain calls on you and orders you to take all of your people and jump off a cliff. All because of some old crone foretold it was your destiny. What would you do? I hate that the lawful good is like, if my commander orders it, I'll jump, but I won't force my people to follow. I mean, that one kind of makes sense. I mean, I'm going to have to go for it because it's all lawful good. I do like the chaotic good. A leader like that should be thrown off a cliff instead before he kills all his people. Neutral evil. I'd send my men first, in first while I try to figure out the situation. Maybe it wouldn't be necessary for me to jump as well. Lawful good. If my commander orders it, I'll jump, but I won't force my people to follow. It is about personal choices, theirs and mine. Well, I guess you're a really good person. Too bad there aren't more people like you around. They often don't live long enough. Our ways are a bit different. If you call yourself a chieftain, you should care for your tribe, and if you can't, you go straight to the abyss. A good soldier jumps on command. I mean, I'm the leader, so I can jump if I want and order other people to jump if I want, but I wouldn't. Easy to say when you are your own commander. I thought your goal was to seize and plunder Restov. That's what Amarok said, but he underestimated the size of Brevon's army. He says their forces would be 1/3 the size, and they haven't even received our, and we haven't even, and they haven't even received your reinforcements yet. Today's enemies are a fraction of Breva's forces. It's crystal clear to us that with those forces and their walls, Restov is too much for us. We would all like to achieve, all we would achieve would be to weaken the Sword Lord's army. I'm sure the Sutrovs will be happy with that, but what's in it for us? The Sutrovs won't be paying because we dragged our butts out of here on our own accord. Numenor is pretty far away from here. How did you find yourselves near the Rosland borders? We travelled through Patax. Why King Ivareti let us through is a mystery to us, though. There were rumours among the fighters that he was the one who hired us to attack Restov. But now that we know for sure that no one's paying us for this expedition. I hate to get caught in a charade like that, but more than that, I hate any chieftain who put on such a charade for their people. If you get rid of Amrag, who will be your new chieftain? We'll find someone. That's not important right now. They are ready to start chaos in their ranks. They worry not in the least for the consequences, not even the identity of their new chief. This is a deadly mindlessness bordering on insanity. Our main objective is to take out Amrag. Even a mindless baby will be a better chieftain than this madman who obeys the harpies every word and destroys his own tribe. What is his plan? What's the plan? Long story short, with a little help we can sneak into their camp. I'll find Amrag and the sisters and rip their heads off. It's a great plan. In the meantime, you take reinforcements, your reinforcements to Brevon's. The sight of the army and news of Amrag's dispossession should be enough to convince our brothers and sisters to retreat. Is that all? I feel like you're keeping something from me, Amory. Is it that obvious? Crap, I'm such a bad liar. Fine, here's the thing. I have one more thing to do there. My tribe, the Six Bears, is at the Tiger Lord's campsite. Normally I'd just say screw them all, but, well, they have Nikla with them, and I won't let anyone hurt her. Got it? Maybe we should all sneak into the camp together. Are you sure you can deal with Amrag on your own? What? Sneaking into the camp all together isn't an option. Amory is from the Six Bears, so she can easily pass as one of our people. That trick won't work with you. Besides, you lead you have an army to lead. Without that, the whole plan is pointless. We're ready. Apparently, I have an army that I am now leading. Wish I'd have been informed about this. But, hey-ho. Have you prepared yourself? Once we start, there's no turning back. It could be a while before you get the chance, so take care of any other matters. Yes, let's go. Oh, hello. I'm now just Amory. Barbarian, barbarian, barbarian. Quick check of the map. Barbarian. A grey-haired, heavily scarred barbarian sits by the tent. He seems to be nodding off, but as soon as Amory approaches, he gives her a close look. Well, good day to you, beauty. I can't say I recognize you, unfortunately. Where are you from? You blind old man. I'm from the Tiger Lords. I'm supposed to be here. I was walked by just a while ago. I'm from Six Bears. My name is, Remy. Yeah. I came in from far, far north. I'm from, what's up there? Ice Chasm? My name is Imari. I mean Imari from the Ice Chasm following. Wow. All of these are terrible choices. I'm gonna go with... I mean... He doesn't seem to, these barbarians aren't smart, so maybe they'll believe anything that I tell them. Gonna go with the Tiger Lords. Yeah, you blind old man, I'm the one of the Tiger Lords. I'm supposed to be here. I just walked by a little while ago. Blind? No, thank Gorham. My eyes are still good. Good as my memory for faces. Speaking of, I can't say I've seen you around here before. Diplomacy, which Amory has a +0. And it's a DC 25, or Intimidate, which Amory has a +0, and it's a DC 17. Or I should just attack. You shouldn't have said anything. You'd keep your mouth shut, you'd have lived longer. Listen, Greybeard, don't piss me off, or there won't be even pieces of you left to pick up. Now tell me, are the 6 bears here? Failed. Hey everyone, over here, we got a spy! Oh, dear God. I mean, these people are awful.
Weak, pathetic, worthless. Tie the girl. She'll be executed after the battle, so everyone can see what happens to those who stand in Armag's way. Now, continue the battle. Armag must leave. No one dares object. It's important. The most important thing in the world.
I mean... I'm confused as to what is currently going on. I think Amory has just been taken captive because she failed a diplomacy check, which I don't think she would have made in a million bleeding years. It's annoying because it's all under the banner of persuasion. So that includes diplomacy, intimidation, deception, which is not something that you would think to put in for Amory because it's persuasion. Had I have known. Yeah, it was a 15% chance on the intimidation. Thereabouts. Might even been slightly more. But yeah, 15% or slightly more, but not by much. So it was worth a shot. It's just, you know, if it had been Lindsay who we'd sent, she would have been able to just lie her way through. I mean, if it was Lindsay, it'd be a little bit more obvious. But it's one of the things that I don't really put much in the way of persuasion for anyone else. Because 9 times out of 10 it's useless, because I'm the one doing the persuading. People are dying. A lot of people are dying. And a lot of people have just turned around. Please tell me it's... No, it's me up front. Murder! 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 Right, I want you to go attack that one over there so that you attract everybody else's attention out that way. Octavia, you can help murder these. Tristan... Everybody else can spend a lot of time missing Valerie. I feel like they haven't waved that fight on the off chance they could have slotted their way out of this. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things where it's like, okay, he's detected me. I figured what would have happened is more along the lines of... what should have happened, in my humble opinion, is, you know, you get caught out in the lie, you attack the 6 people at the gate, you manage to fend them off. If that doesn't work, then... You know, or if you get knocked out by those 6 people, then it goes into sort of like that overpowered, you don't really get to roll anything encounter. Or you get to go into that encounter just weakened a little bit, potentially a lot. That guy is a bit on the tough side. Spacing was behind me singing Love Me Tender on the ukulele while you were shouting murder, murder, murder. I mean, that's a choice. Yeah, my head's broken. It's like, no. I can't even remember Love Me Tender. It's a Beatles thing, isn't it? I believe it's a Beatles song. Maybe it's the Monkees. Not sure. It's one of them traditional things that's like, it classifies as pop culture. I don't get references. Lindsay, do we need to have a conversation about murdering people? Come on. See, this is where the AI pisses me off. It's like, I'm going to run right across the battlefield. It balanced out as pretty sinister altogether. I mean, I do try to entertain. One second, I just got to go mute Facebook. Spacing Way is, well, having a pop at me for being uncultured. There we go, that's muted. Spacing Way, I'll get to that in a bit. I'm in the middle of gaming. It's my own fault. I should really remember to mute Facebook before. I'll just close up the internet, Chrome altogether. But you know, I kind of leave it open because I've always got it open. It's only when I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077, I tend to close it at that point because it's that, yeah, Cyberpunk needs all resources. This game's a few years old now. It's not exactly a memory hogging application at the best of times, even when it was released. So I can get away with leaving Chrome open, but yeah, Facebook will go ba-ding. But I'll get round to looking at it later, Spacing Wary. I shall try to culture myself a tiny little bit.
This will hurt.
Probably forget it as soon as I've read it or listened to it. More healing potions and junk. Didn't mean to pick up that axe or hammer, whatever that was. Anybody else? Nope. Cecil Aldori protected Lady Jamaldi with his life.
Dead. Everyone is dead.
A half-elf woman clad in broken and dented armor sets a healing potion to her bloodied lips. Leaning on her jagged sword, she stands and takes a look over the battlefield. The corpses of friends and foes alike strewn across it.
Where have you been?
She turns to you, her blood-smeared face distorted with rage.
No, it doesn't matter. Don't bother answering. I've no interest in your excuses. You're late, and it's all over. My army's been destroyed, and the way to Restov is unprotected. Your reinforcements won't make any difference now.
Such a tragedy. Oh, Saren Ray. How many children became orphans today and won't see their father or mother anymore?
Well, how was the battle? Relay your meeting with the barbarians. Not all is lost. There is a chance to cut our losses.
Do you even comprehend what this means? We were double-crossed. All this, all these deaths, all for nothing.
I mean, Jay, that is cruel. Tristan can't see anyone's mother and father anymore. It is not funny. Being blind is not for giggles.
I'll find the ones responsible. Hunt them to the ends of Golarion if I have to. And if it turns out the Sertovas were behind it all, gods help them.
So how was the battle?
How do you think? The barbarians outnumbered us, and with giants at their sides. It was a slaughter. We killed many of them on the battlefield, but my army was decimated in the process.
So you still got 10% left. How did the barbarians recruit giants into their army?
How should I know? Probably picked them up as children in Numeria and raised them to fight. Giants are dangerous enough on their own, but under the command of an experienced warlord.
At least I managed to save you.
Should I thank you for that? What good is a commander with no army? Now I'll just die a few days later, attempting to defend Rostov proper from these barbarians. So great. Thanks.
How do we proceed?
Follow through on your agreement with the barbarians. Go to their main camp. It's not far. In the meantime, I'll try to save whatever remains of my army.
I'll set out immediately.
Go. Too much blood's been shed this day. But perhaps we can still save someone.
I mean, I kind of do feel a little bit bad about coming straight here, but I also really wanted Tristan back. Resist acid, sharp claw, shitty armor, random group of things.
We will be victorious.
Why is everybody backwards? Oh, got it. Tristan and Lindsay are at front. It's like they should not be at the front of anything.
Let's try this way.
I was hoping by running forward they'd come after me, but apparently no, that's not a thing. Shazbot. My cat, it's not funny, it's hilarious. It's one of my actual sort of like fears is like if I was to go blind, I think I'd go absolutely batshit insane. Just so yeah, the concept of somebody going blind, I mean, wrong fucking person to be doing that. I forgot they're not all fucking sorted, and I thought Valerie was an archer for a moment though. Well, Tristan, tank it like you mean it. When in doubt. Miss. Shoot, I need to get rid of these two wolves. Come on. Right, now I can move back this way.
Calculated risk.
Really need to work on Tristan's AC at some point. Go away.
Serves you right.
Octavia, did Octavia get a skill last level up to get sneak attack without needing the enemy to be flanked? No, I don't believe she did. Is that something that appears on the Arcane Trickster list? At 9th level, an arcane trickster can become invisible, as if on the effects of greater invisibility as a free action. She can remain invisible for a number of rounds per day equal to her arcane trickster level. Her caster level 4 of this effect is... because that would give her, I believe, the surprise. I don't think she got any feats or skills that will benefit that. Impromptu sneak or something.
Do not falter.
Never heard of that skill in my life. I mean, to be fair, I've not really played much Pathfinder, so it could be in there. Oh my word, come on. Right, Tristan, murder the wolf. And slash at the barbarian. There we go, you're not too bad with the sword. That's magical. Skin, collect. More skins. Attack blade on dark red background icon. Impromptu sneak attack. Beginning at 3rd level, the arcane trickster can enter a special sense that allows him or to improvise away sneak attack targets regardless of their awareness. An arcane trickster can maintain this stance for 1 round per day. For every 2 levels beyond 3rd, the arcane trickster can maintain this stance for 1 additional round, up to a maximum of 4 rounds. The target of the impromptu sneak attack loses any dex bonus to AC, but only against those attacks. The power can be used against any target, but creatures that are not subjected to sneak attacks take no extra damage. I'm glad somebody knows my abilities. Yeah, Octavia got it. Well,
I won't let you down.
see, even looking at this, I didn't realize. Okay, that's it. And that's when I get another round of it, and another round of it, and another round of it. Okay. So I click on that and then do my funky abilities.
Our victory is certain.
So, for the sake of experimentation, I click on that, I click on that, I click on that. And then you explode in sneak attack damage. Mahahaha. That is useful. I will totally forget about it from time to time, but it is useful. I think that's one of the other things about, one of the things that makes computer role-playing games a little bit more on the difficult side is the
Calm
fact...
down. Not dead yet.
I mean, you're nearly dead. How much damage did they just do to me? Right, switch out for the crossbow and move forward 5 feet. I would prefer it if you stop murdering me.
Onward!
And you exploded.
Consider me provoked.
You know, when it comes to tabletop gaming, you've got one character managed in most cases. There's some groups that will have, other options / play styles. If you've only got a couple of players and you still want to play these kind of games, the GM, for example, a Pathfinder Starfinder Adventure Path is built for 4 characters. If it's you, the GM, and you've got 2 players, what you could suggest is that both players have 2 characters, and
All according to
that way it balances out. This might be a plan to do. Should also do the other thing while I'm here. Right, you're feeling better. You get rid of that. Have you ever played a game where you control multiple players? As in a tabletop one? Or as in Pathfinder Kingmaker? I've not, but I have run. D&D Adventure League, one of the minimum requirements is that there's 4 players at the table. One of my earliest sessions, a few of the players had to leave, and it ended up being, only 3 players. I phoned a friend, and luckily they were on their way there and was going to be able to meet us and join in. But at the same token, it was got about half an hour before they get here. So what I did is, here's a pre-generated character sheet. The players shared control of that character. Outside of that, I've never done it myself, I don't think. And certainly not at a high level. Oh, the druid changed into a bear. How nice.
I'll try to make this swift.
Die bear. You know, and it's just not something that you generally want to happen, especially not at high level. Because this is one of the things about, you know, Pathfinder Kingmaker is you're having to manage the spells and abilities and level ups of 6 different people. More when it comes to oh, Tristan's not available. Let's drop out Tristan for Harem. Marie's not available, so let's grab Kaliki and throw her into the mix. It's just one of them where it's like there is so much going on. It feels like it's nigh on impossible for me to keep track, and I can't keep track. Not even of the original 6. You know, it's like Josh has been a big help in reminding me of some of the abilities that there are. You know, even if I don't recall it.
So it's come to this.
Because there's probably lots of abilities I totally forget that people have. I mean, Valerie is probably the easiest character in being a tank. Is just like, yep, you have one ability. Stand there with lots of armor and lots of abilities that help with that. And that's it. That's all you're doing.
Let's try this way.
I was just about to say the number of RPing. It would say. I was just about to say it would do a number on RPing with multiple characters, but then I thought about the fact that I end up RPing half a dozen characters, and so any character. Also, characters every game. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. It's all, you know, having to roleplay multiple characters. You know, if you're a GM, that's kind of what you do anyway. But there's a difference between, you know, not to say that GMs don't do a lot of effort, because I know we do. But at the same token, you don't really have to flesh out every last little detail about these characters. It's like you meet somebody in the bar, and it's like they're sat at the table, and it's like, oh, you know, what do they look like? It's like, all right, they're, you know, male, rather on the paunchy side, brown hair, a scar on their face that cuts down through their eye. They appear to be dressed in the attire of the farmer. Boom, there's a character. Let's give them a bit of a personality for when they say hi. Let's go with cheerful, friendly. Let's give the Scar a bit of a background. They had a fight with a wolf cub when they were younger, and it didn't. That they were lucky that that's all they got away with, is a scar above the eye. Ta-da! There we go. That's the entire thing, and that's all that matters. And the actual sort of like role playing of that character, it can be dynamic. That is a lot of people. Oh, there's even more. Okay, there's people on our side, the other side of this. Charge in there and say hi. Who's this? Okay. What high level spells do I have? I mean, I can throw a Hungry Pit over there. Maybe some of them failed and went in the hole. Lindsay, give us a song.
Any last wishes?
Fall in the hole.
This should do it.
Whereas, you know, when you're a player at a tabletop, you're expected to give a little more detail and potentially... That wasn't very nice. Why did you do that? And how come you got a full attack action by the end of a charge? Whenever I do a charge, I only get one attack. We've been slowed. I do not like that. Hmm. 74 points of damage. Wow. Oh, that was a crit. If you could all just stop stabbing me, that would be appreciated.
I'm wounded.
You're just about dead, mate. Luckily, Tristan's turn is coming up. And Tristan can make with the heals. My reflex saving throw is pretty good, isn't it? I think I made it. And step back a little bit. Quickening. What do I have just to make this guy's day terrible? Hold person. Of course, the barbarian saved. Lindsay, what do we have? Dominate person. Succeeded on the will saving throw. Great stuff, great stuff. That guy is just going to murder the spellcasters. But yeah, with a sort of like player character, it's all like you're a little bit expected to have, you know, sort of like where you grew up, what you were doing before joining the group, why you joined the group, and what have you done since joining the group. So your background is expected to be a little more developed. The thoughts, not so much just the thoughts. The actions that your character undertakes are expected to be a little more thought out, a little bit more developed, and with a certain personality in mind. And I just died. Great stuff. Tristan, come pick me up. I have a spell for this. Still not looking great. Do I have a quicken? Maximize. I forgot to turn it on and off. Empower. Okay, that's the other one that I have. No, oh, there's the empower. I'm sure I'll be fine. I've got some hit points, and there isn't many people left. There's only the bear left over here, and hopefully it's going after Valerie.
You can't stop me.
Break enchantment, bark skin, expeditious retreat, blur, shout. One of the problems with Lindsay's spells is that they tend to be cones, and it's like I can't figure out how to get that kind of cone going off. I mean, we do have the ear piercing screen. Let's go for a classic. It's a terrible idea. I should never have done it. The barbarian took 10 points of damage. It's not the worst in the world. Right. I stand up. Ding an attack of opportunity. Great. Kill the bear. Nearly killed the bear.
I die.
God dang it. I just remembered you have the abilities to bring somebody back from the dead. I just can't remember where it is. I mean, I'll have to wait until the next round. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, kinetic. I mean, oh no, there's still the one in the hole. The bear dies. Great stuff. Right, delay you until after Kaliki. Well, there you go, stand closer to Tristan. Stand back a bit. Just waiting for the hungry pit to finish. Revivify. Octavia. There we go. Everybody's back on their feet. Great stuff. Octavia, move closer to Tristan. Tristan, burn as a heal. There we go. Octavia's looking pretty again. Pretty as in hit points, not pretty as in attractiveness. I mean, she's alright. I think the hungry pit just killed somebody. Is there anybody left in the hole? No, there is somebody left in the hole. Is there anybody else left in the hole? It's a great thing about the pits once they get, you know, you've got the create pit, which is just great for, you know, getting enemies out of the way. So that you can deal with other things and then get around to them. And then you got the spiked one, which does a little bit more damage. It's still a little bit like, yeah. Then you've got the acid one, which puts a bit of acid in the bottom and they take a little bit of damage. The hungry pit is, you know, where it's really starting to rack up the damage per round. But yeah, I don't know if there's many more pits. I'm curious now, is there many more pits coming up? And let's just take a quick squint at Hungry Pit. It creates a 10 feet per 2 caster levels, maximum depth is 100 feet. And then any creature that falls in takes a standard 1d6 per 10 feet of fall damage, so a maximum of 10d6 for the pit. In addition, anyone within the pit takes 4d6 points of bludgeoning damage each round as the pit contracts and returns to its normal size. A successful reselect saving throw halves the damage. The ever-shifting walls of the pit make it more difficult to climb. So an athletics or mobility check of a DC of 35 is required. And it goes on for 1 round plus 1 round per level. That's caster level. So at the moment it's 10 rounds of a lot of potential damage and really difficult to climb out of. I'm not sure if they made any other pits class spells. Check. Oh no, we're already past. Is it 9th? I think this is her Hungry Pit, yeah. Serenity has the fog banshee blasts, mass and B-shaped chain lightning, circle of death, dreams, eye shard, disintegrate, created dispel magic, elemental assessor, elemental body, eye bite. Eye bite might be a good one. Is it the end of it round to level striking it with waves of power, depending on the HD the attack has free effects. If the target's HD is 10 or more, it is second for 10 minutes. 5 through 9, it's frightened in second. 4 or less, it's paralyzed, frightened in second. Okay, it's not great. Ooh, a tar pool. You convert a layer of ground into hot tar. Oh. It's got the pit icon, but it's not actually a pit. Take 1d6 fire damage per 2 caster levels, maximum 10d6 until they succeed in a reflex and make their way out of a tar pit. That's 11. 13. Plague zone, blah 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 blah. I'm not seeing a pit. I'm not seeing a pit. Nope. And that is 13, 14, 15. Dragon count 3. Mind blank. Polar ray. No, I think the Hungry Pit is the last of the pits. That's 15, and then 17. I think is the last of them. Clashing rocks. You create 2 colossal-sized masses of rock, dirt, and stone, and slam them together against a single creature between them. Wow, that's just a rocks fall, everybody dies kind of situation. Yeah, there's nothing there. I even read that in the Golden Boy's voice. I don't recall Golden Boy's voice. I think I saw that in anime. I mean, at least Jay gets a reference. We'll bury them here. This was a glorious fight. Have no fear. Bring the hate to the paintless scum. Okay. They're all excessively happy that they actually got into a fight and didn't die. Soldier's corpse. Where are all those weapons you left behind? Non-magical, hard to tell with the red background. When can't wield. Not anime. Shocking. In which case I'm thinking of something completely different, because I remember seeing an anime that I thought was called Golden Boy. Yeah, I believe all of those were non-magical. I'll go back and double check, but soldiers' corpses littered the army. The gnome indented armor moves hastily between the bodies, ignoring the blood oozing from his wounds. He places shiny black onyx gems on the dead soldiers' chests. Who are you? The gnome slowly raises his dull eyes to you. I'm Dalidrun Miranas, regimental cleric, or I used to be. No regiment anymore. I'm running out of time myself. What are you doing? I'm preparing the great blasphemy. I'm going to raise my fingers for one last attack. We lost the battle. We were betrayed. No one came to help us and we were slaughtered like livestock. But I'm a cleric. I have some power. I'll make the dead fight one more time. At least we can take some of those damned barbarians to the afterlife with us. I mean, sounds like a plan. Oh, let's try some diplomacy, idiot. While you're conducting this weird ritual, wounded people are bleeding to death at the camp. They need your help, not your heroic corpse. Gnome looks at you, blinking, not seeming to comprehend your words. Then his gaze clears. What am I doing? You're right. 100 times right. I've been an idiot. Here, take these and keep them out of harm's way. The gnome presses some onyx gems into your hands and runs towards the Brevens camp. 7 moonstones, 11 bloodstones, and some experience. Nice. But my reference was to a different Golden Boy C3PO. I mean, I don't get the reference. I don't remember what I said that might have been the reference. But anyway, amazing. He was so desperate at the edge of death, and you returned him to him the will to live. You're a miracle. Why, thank you. It was all Lindsay's doing.
In due time.
Some magical item look. No. Composites. Master Greatsword. Composites. No, nothing as far as I can make out. Magical wise. Also, Jade, did you get the C3PO reference? Hey look, more barbarians. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I should maybe figure that out and go there. Regret life choices. I made the C3PO reference. What? Did I miss something? Sorry, I just have to double check this. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I totally missed some. Your own portable Sarlacc pit to neat. His Excellence Chiron hopes that you will die honorably. But should any of you wish to beg for mercy, the great Chiron will now listen to your pleas. I even read that in Golden Boy's voice. Okay, that's a bit that I missed. I mean, I don't get the reference. I got the Sarlacc pit reference. I don't get the reference about that you made. Which I'm guessing is something that C3PO says, roughly, to somebody at some time in a movie. One of the movies. I mean, C-3PO and R2-D2 have the benefit of being immortal and just junk bots. Therefore, they get to appear in all the movies. They've been in just about all the movies that I've seen, I believe. Therefore, you know, by my sample set of, I've watched 6 of the movies, he's been in all of them. Therefore, C-3PO is one of the few characters who's been in all of the movies. No exceptions.
Provoked.
Bum, 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 bum. So many people need murdering today. Wait, did I miss a wolf? No. Justin and Minatu have been in 10 out of 11. That's 11 of them now? Oh yay, we found supplies. And a giant. This place is just littered with diamond dust. That makes me very concerned that I need a lot of diamond dust.
To victory!
Hey look, giants.
This is going to hurt.
How come these guys aren't flat-footed? This is a surprise round. Should have moved you forward a little bit, but oh well. I think they have a cameo in Rogue One, not 100% sure though, it needs a rewatch. Is that the one where they've not appeared as far as you're aware? Murder! 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 No, I'm fairly certain they weren't in Solo. Oh, okay. Sure, give us a fireball in the general area. Surprise! Fireballs! That are always hilarious.
This is where I step in.
Hold person, did we save? Yay, we saved. Murder! 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 I'm doing 50 points of damage on average a hit.
Repent!
Let us strike as one!
Nope, nope, nope. Gee. Oh, Shazbot. Well, you're here now.
This is for you!
Delay until after Valerie.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
What? Why suddenly change to me? Shit. Delay until after Magical Lindsay. I've got some heals in here somewhere. Can you get to me in time?
Yes.
I want a full turn. There we go. Now make with a murder. One attack is all I needed. They were in Rogue One, I'm certain, not seen Solo yet. I mean, she's dangerous. I mean, that just cost her a fair amount of hit. That one stab just cost her 24 hit points. And that's for the rest of the day until this heat wears off. Burn wears off. But she just one-shotted a cleric. Still not really worth it in terms of doing a burst heal. Let's see, I'm out of those. Let's bring one of them back and then burn it. That's a maximize, that's a lesser maximize, that's a lesser empower. Third, this is fourth. Third, this is fourth. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if R2 and C-3PO were in all of the movies. It just kind of makes sense that they're the ones that you can kind of put into a lot of... More barbarians. Delightful. I mean... Is everybody evil kind of like here? Let's see who survived that.
You forced my hand.
Let's go this way around the pit. Let's not go through the pit. And now we just wait for the pit to take them. Doop doop doop. It is very Snarlack looking. I mean, that's possibly an effect that they were going for. I mean, it is called Hungry Pit. And it is essentially chewing them up in there. So, Snarlack Pit. They just couldn't use Snarlack Pit because Disney would sue the arses off everybody involved. From Paizo to Owlcat Games. Doop, doop, doop. It's very good at dealing with these things, but at the same token, because I'm playing it in turn-based, and I don't want to take it off turn-based, doesn't half take a little while to get through all of these. Oh. People keep dying. Nope. We're not all quite dead yet. Now, I think that's one of the things I like about Pathfinder is that you do get some spells that can take care of people. You know, it's a bit overkill and you don't get too many of them per day. But you do get them where it's like, you have this spell. People are now dead. They don't get to come back from that. If not dead, at least incapacitated for a while. And when they do come out and get out of it, it's like they've been severely injured. Who's at the front? Octavia, Cameron. Oh, Valor is at the front. That's okay.
I'll fight if I have to.
You are potentially dangerous. You are difficult to hit. Now, I can't think of many equivalent spells in D&D where it's like this is going to keep a group of people occupied for a while. Which I do feel the other blessed was still on. Whoops, so well. Alright, can we get in there and murder this thing? Ooh, we cannot. Sing us a song, Lindsay. And can we displace Bossman? Next turn, maybe.
Cool it.
I mean, these wolves are not very dangerous. Neither is Octavia, but these wolves aren't. Greetings and salutations, people. I see that there's a fair few viewers in the chat, and I'm only expecting the usual 4 or 5, so... if you're new to the channel, don't forget to give us a follow. I play Pathfinder Kingmaker twice a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Details are all down in the schedule below. Also on Fridays I play Hitman. And I meant to double check, but I didn't. I do believe the elusive targets for Hitman 3 have started coming out this week. There was a major update. I've at least got that out of the way before, you know, leaving it 5 minutes to stream, and it's like, yes, there's a big update. But I don't know off the back of that how much, whether the elusive targets are out or not. It could have just been a function update, and yeah. Apart from playing video games, I generally talk about a lot of things nerd and nerd related. There's been a fair amount of discussion in the chat on this one about whether C-3PO and R2-D2 have been in every major Star Wars movie. I also, you know, take time out of playing Pathfinder Kingmaker to discuss facets, features of tabletop role-playing games. You know, Pathfinder Kingmaker is an adaptation of a tabletop role-playing game. I play tabletop role-playing games. I GM tabletop role-playing games. And I'm not arrogant enough to think I know everything, but I do have a little bit of insight into how these things work. Been playing tabletop games now for the best part of about 6 years, maybe longer. Time has gotten weird because of current circumstances. I'm pretty sure you don't need me to tell you what those circumstances are, but you know, it seems weird that, you know, for us at least here in the UK, you know, effective lockdown started last year. It doesn't seem like it was a year ago. Literally nothing has happened of much interest in the last year. As far as I'm aware, anyway. I've been playing this now for... This is session 51, given that I play twice a week. We're looking at about 6 months. I have no idea where I am in the plot on the grand scheme of things. I get the feeling that I'm at least past halfway through, given that my character's level 12. But I also don't know whether there is some concertining effects of the level ups, you know,
Cool off.
whether it's like the first 10 levels happen very quickly, which they kind of do, you know, level 1 to 2.
You can't stop
Took a few sessions. I don't remember how many sessions ago it was since I leveled up. So maybe as the level ups get longer, the rest of the game seems to take a lot longer. I don't know. But I'm curious to find out. This is my first proper playthrough. It's fairly casual. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm doing. If you know the plot, please don't spell it out for me, because I like to be surprised by these things. If you know a lot about the game and have suggestions, I'm willing to hear them. I also reserve the right to completely ignore suggestions. I will also forget suggestions, and it's like, oh yeah, that'd be a great idea for when I level up. Totally forget about that idea when I level up. But that's just all part and parcel of me being very forgetful at times. Rude. Back up a little bit. Can I go off and just murder this one? I made a good start. If you can't tell, sometimes my dice rolls are not very good. It doesn't matter whether I'm playing in real life or in a video game. For some reason, my dice rolls are never all that great. Or when they are great, it's usually when I'm GMing. I end up murdering a lot of people and feeling bad about it. It happens. Right, you go away. No, that didn't help too much. I wasn't expecting this to be a full-out, you know, basically a map of lots of mini battles.
Let's try this way.
For those of you who are in the know, it's like this is the Flint Rock and Grasslands encounter, the start of the Twiceborn Warlord chapter. And I say the start of. I've just rescued Tristan from the Dryad, who's just kind of revealed what they're doing a little bit. I don't know. They're very not saying much about it. Oh, I died. Great stuff. How much heat does this burn? It doesn't? How many times a day can you do this? Meh. Bring me back to life. If you can do that as many times as you want per day, that is ridiculous. I didn't get to stand up though. Valerie, I need you to come over here and just start fucking with these people. Thank you. I'm having a pain in my arse.
Any last wishes?
That is a lot of pain. Okay. Revivify me again. Take a step back and enter. Right. Chiron, don't move. Octavia, murder this thing. Tristan, bust out a heel. Do I risk standing up? I've only got 30 hit points. I don't think I do at this stage.
Onwards!
Yeah, on Sunday night I'm playing. I'm running a game of Pathfinder 2. If you're familiar with the Fall of Plaguestone adventure path, just transitioned from chapter 1 to chapter 2. I've played other games of similar ilk where it's like, even if the players don't level up in chapter 1, going to chapter 2 is not without that second level is generally not the end of the world. Do I have... I've got some acid. That's not great. No, don't start going around and murdering people. Right, Tristan busters off another heal. I know that it was a bit pointless for a lot of people, but I need hit points so that I can stand up. Ouch. Now I can murder. But, you know, in Pathfinder 2, apparently if you're going to a pre-generated encounter and you're supposed to be level 2 for that encounter, you really need to be level 2 for that encounter. And I'm dead again. Great stuff. You know what? I'm just going to revivify again. I can't believe that... I think something's broken here. Just the amount of being able to do that as many times as you want seems broken. Especially seeing as though Tristan has to do it. Why is that gone weird? It just said over on there that my stream dropped down to a 360p, which is not a great resolution. If anybody seems to be getting any problems, just give us a shout. Right, let us... How's this one looking? Come on, Tristan. Right, Chiron, stay down. Valerie, keep that one entertained. Lindsay, murder this one. Alright, close enough to murder. Can you 5-foot step away from this one? And murder that one in the back. Thank you. I mean, I don't know why you're asking Madcat, because I'll tell you how many I killed. I killed them all. All 4 of them. We pretty much called it quits at 3, but then it was like, one of the players was like half joking. It's like, well, we could have made it, and it's like, all right, let's. Yeah, technically it was a TPK. I actually went back through because it's like I don't remember them missing much in the way of stuff that they needed to do to get experience. So I spent a lot of the evening going through the book, and it was so like, okay, they did this, they did this, they did this, and it was all factored in on Fantasy Grounds. One of the things that Fantasy Grounds hasn't taken consideration of, but is a thing that anybody who plays out there on Fantasy Grounds, is the fact that in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, if you have... Do you still have a poison on you? Shroud of Water, Deadly Aim, Bless, Constitution damage, not the end of the world. I mean, it kind of... How much Constitution damage did you take? Yeah, it's only the 4. Murder of the Manticle. Chase scenes in Pathfinder 2nd Edition do gain experience.
Let us strike as one.
As per the adventures. If you're GMing and you don't want to give experience out for chase scenes, by all means don't. But the chase scene that the players went through a couple of weeks ago doesn't. It's the only way that you could get out of level 1 and into 2 is if the chase scene gave experience. It's got a difficulty ranking. It's got, and that has an equivalent in the core rulebook as to like this is how much experience you give for this kind of encounter. So I'm guessing you're supposed to get it because Chapter 2 is impossible without those boons. Right, I am
prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually drink
Time's not
potions.
waiting.
How many con are you down? You're down 7 con? Oy, 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 oy. Right, Tristan, how much? Yeah, something is bothering me. My people are injured and dying. Right, lesser maximize. This should help. It did help. How much? How many are you down? You're down 4. You're down a further 3. You're in melee, so I'm gonna give it to me. Mainly because I also want it. But yeah, so technically it was a TPK. We agreed to end the session there. We're going to start up next session with the reset button and it all being just a terrible dream for the players. So we're going to continue on the adventure from where we left off. I mean, if it didn't even feel like a good TPK, you know. I don't know how many people have experienced TPKs out there, and it's like, yes, it's a bit of a shame when your group experiences a TPK.
That is not far.
But at the same token, you know, there's good TPKs in my humble opinion, where it's an epic fight and battle and everybody has a really good time, but unfortunately the bad guy wins. It happens. This was not an epic battle. This was not, you know, so like a slugfest. This was 2 rounds, everybody's dead because the math was just wrong. You know, it's not, you know, I think I killed one of them in the surprise round. Took 2 of them out in the first round. And then the 4th one was pretty much injured. To not panic-inducing levels, but certainly dangerous levels. And in grand total, they'd done 6 points of damage to the enemy, whose cumulative health was over 100. I do wish they would kill these people before I got here, rather than killing them as they appear on screen. Because the of everybody is rather off-putting. That's just a wolf. That's a barbarian. Get rid of them. No, we're just going to basically be like, that last combat didn't happen. Congratulations, you've all leveled up. Everybody levels up to level 2, and away they go. You know, if it had been a decent combat, I might have considered being so like, yeah, these people are dead. Roll up new characters, you know, you're the reserve squad. You're aware that you're a reserve squad, but, you know, somebody else, you know, you're Midnight Squad. You're going in to help Bravo Team. I think it's Bravo Team. I can't remember what they were called. I mean, to be fair, there's not too much meta that you know. Especially since I don't think anybody really got to move. Nova Squad, that's it. Okay, I'm playing in a game with Jay, and it's like, there's Nova Squad, and we're Midnight Squad, and Nova Squad is supposed to be the best. And they got sent off on a really important mission. And we were there to reinforce them. They were all dead by the time that we got there, and we basically had to do cleanup. But apparently Nova Squad were the heroes. Ugh.
You can't stop me.
This does really feel like a lot of just mopping up here. I mean, I don't mind it so much. It's just one of them where it's like, I think this would be an absolute nightmare to run at a table. You would have to intersperse it with so much other stuff to be doing. You know, I have no idea how many encounters I've had so far. No idea how many barbarians that I've fought. I mean, I suppose if the players were after that, you could sort of like, you know, this is the enemy lines that you have to get through. And, you know, run encounter after encounter after encounter after encounter. Until you eventually got to the big boss. Mistakes have been made. But running this at a tabletop, I think that this would be, you know, sessions upon sessions worth of just combat, grinding combat, and
You forced my hand.
I would not want to do this at a table. Or I certainly won't want to do this frequently at the table. And one of the things that I do potentially is like, you know, the next part that is coming up is a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of combats. If you want, I will allow you to have a map and explore around and figure out which groups you want to take on and in which order, but at the end of the day you need to take all of them on for this to be considered a success. Therefore, for the love of God, please keep the turns rolling. Feel free to have a plan, but if you're a wizard and your plans may change frequently depending on what else is going on, it's very much worthwhile having a de facto. One of the things about playing a wizard, in my humble opinion, is that you have what you want to do, such as cast magic missile at this bad guy because he seems important and we want to take him down as soon as possible. But also have a backup plan in the back of your mind as to what do I do if that guy goes invisible? What do I do if that guy dies before it gets to my turn? And just have some, little things that you can do that really doesn't rely too much on thinking. It's like, I'm going to cast Firebolt at the nearest enemy. If I can't see an enemy, I'm going to move and try casting Firebolt. If I can't, then I spend my entire action moving. Yeah, always be prepared when it comes to being a wizard, because sometimes you might think, oh, I'll Fireball, but then somebody else gets the initiative, or... Why are these friendly? Ah, there's one with the name. Hello! Too much fight, too little food, and not what tiny allies promised. Okay. Where am I going? I've not discovered this area on the map. It is a hill. I demand treasure. Nope, nobody's found treasure. You might be like, oh, I'm going to cast a fireball, and then somebody who's got slightly higher on initiative than you, rather than just going to the edge and attacking them, it's like, I'm going to charge through the middle and attack the guy at the back, and it's like, okay, now I don't want to fireball because my friend is in the way. I wonder if they would have fought if you would have went straight here. I have a feeling that they probably would have. I have a feeling that this entire situation is trying to wear me down. Just so that when it gets to the final bits, it's like you're running low on spells, you're running low on this, you're running low on that. What do you want to do kind of touch. Whereas, now that I'm having to fight without the armies, it's more difficult. Therefore, one of the factors is it's like you take out some of the encounters. But yeah, so as I was describing about, it's like, I'm a wizard, I'm going to cast Fireball at this group of enemies over here. The barbarian charges right into the middle of them. And at that point, you don't want to Fireball your ally. Have another plan. A Firebolt. A magic missile. Maybe even cast a completely different spell. But when playing a wizard, always have two moves in mind. You've got the move that you want to do and the move that you could do, assuming that the move you want to do isn't available anymore. I've seen it happen so many times. And the other thing is, I've also seen players who don't do that, who don't have a plan. I did that with some players when it went a little sideways, threw some twig blights at them to harry them a little, didn't expect them to burn 3 or 4 of their spell slots against them, haha. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, one of the things about D&D and Pathfinder is like a lot of times, you know, if you go and watch a lot of Critical Role. Now this isn't a complaint about Critical Role. I appreciate that they've got a certain style and they enjoy playing in that style, and I've watched the first campaign. I didn't mind it. The second campaign, I've just not been as invested in the characters and haven't got anywhere near through it. But at the same token, for them, especially in the latter half of the first campaign, it seemed to be a lot of big fights where it was like, that is the only fight that they are doing today. Oh, this is Valerie. Okay, you can charge up and say hi. That's Tristan. Please don't put holes in him. I need him.
This will hurt.
But yeah, but when players are going after the sort of like one fight a day, it's like, but you're likely to get more involved in things. Do you really want to be blowing all of your spells on this one fight? Question mark. Right, everything needs to die before too long. Alright, Tristan, I want you to firebomb this area. I mean, that wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Right, Octavia, can you... How's this cleric doing? Ooh, the cleric's doing okay. That's not great. I misclicked. Lindsay sings the song. God damn it.
Let's try this way.
That's why I was after getting rid of the cleric. Because while summoning things until... Well, actually, no, it's one of them. I think for some reason, it's weird. I've still yet to figure this out for Pathfinder. It's like, while the cleric is trying to summon in animals, even if the animals stop summoning in and don't happen if the cleric dies. But at the same token, there's so many spells that I've seen that will continue even after the character's death. Such as the pits. Even if Octavia summons a pit and then dies, the pit continues to exist. Can I get a woohoo? What we do? How are we doing for time? We got 15 minutes. I ran out of coffee like an hour ago. And I've stopped stocking up on water. This archer's being a pain in my ass.
This should do it.
You needed a 2 to just muller this guy. Why couldn't you? Fine. Can you? No, you can't. By the way, also, if you are new here, again, I'd like to ask you just drop us a follow to get notifications of when I go live. But also, you know, if you are new and this is like the first session that you have witnessed, there is an almost complete archive of all my sessions over on YouTube. Nightbot just dropped the link to my YouTube in chat. And there is a playlist on my channel where it's like takes everything from from session 1 to session, I think it's something like 48. I need to publish the other ones. But at the same token, they're mainly all there. There's 1 or 2 that are missing. That was a clerical error on my part, and I apologize. Murder him. That's what you get for messing with me.
I didn't even break a sweat.
Okay, let's round this guy off. Ooh, my face, I was using that. So yeah, there's an archive of all my sessions on YouTube, and you can catch up. And also, if you go over to YouTube, don't forget to give us a follow. That's not a follow. Or whatever. Subscribe and click that bell so you get notified. You don't really need to click the bell. You probably don't care about the notifications. Unless you really want to care about the notifications. But I don't release anything directly to YouTube, and everything that I do put into YouTube goes into a playlist. And so, as part of those playlists, it's like you're either here for Pathfinder Kingmaker. You don't care when I release a video for Hitman 3. I mean, if you want to hit the notification bell, that's fine. It's just optional. That's all I'm saying. Do things or don't do things. I don't care. Why is the barbarian got concealment? I think Tristan might actually be blind. Does he have blind fight? That's a question. Open up character screen. Did I give him blind fight? I did give him blind fight. I gave that him like levels ago, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, level 7 I gave him blind fight. And seeing as though he's currently blind, because, you know, lacking in the eyes, I'm pretty sure he's blind. Yeah, blindness, there we go. He is blind. But levels ago, without even knowing that eventually he would go blind, I just gave him blind fight because I've gone up against some creatures with concealment and it was annoying. And blind fight really does help because you roll for the concealment, which is a 50-50 chance. If you fail it when you've got blind fight, you get a second chance at the roll of a die. So you hit so much more frequently. Right, break into the barbarian camp. I've broken, well, I've not broken in there yet, but I'm getting there. Right, go to the inventory. Let's crack off some more of these potions. Let's have one of these. God, these rolls are awful. How bad were some of them? 14, 10, 16, 14, 8, 15, 16. Jeez.
Ready for anything?
Open character sheet. Inventory. Alright, so let's start with these. Let's have a couple of these. Just one of those and then one of them. Yeah, that'll do. Alrighty then. 10 minutes. Let's... I have a feeling that this is going to go straight into dialogue. I need to loot these corpses. I didn't loot these corpses. I'm gonna call the session here because I have a feeling that what's gonna happen is I'm gonna step through that gate and I'm gonna get into negotiations or what's... It's a Cure Serious. I don't think I've had Cure Seriouses before. Maybe I have. Maybe I've not noticed. Who knows? Josh probably knows. Josh pays far too much attention to what I'm doing at times. Bum 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 bum. There we go. That's that. Don't want to click on collect all at the last moment.
Follow my
How
lead.
am I doing for levels? I'm still nearly 100,000, or no, not 100,000, 50,000, 52,000. No, math slightly wrong. No, 52,000. Roughly 52,000. No, 52, 7, and 75. 37,000, roughly, maybe. I'm trying to do mental math without going for a calculator. I'm getting there. Has Tristan? No, Tristan is still slightly ahead of everybody. And you won't believe how many times he's like 300 XP ahead of everybody. But the number of times that it's like Tristan has leveled up. And then, after another fight, everybody else levels up. You wouldn't think with the gap being so small of like 300,000, 300, it would frequently come up that, Tristan has leveled before everybody else. Assemble a militia and storm. I think I've got that one on the list and I'm doing it. Anyway, I am going to call the game here because I'm tired. That was a lot of fighting. A lot of talking about nothing because it was just a lot of fighting. That was weird. While saving, the party is overloaded and cannot travel. Valerie is heavily encumbered. The party suffers from heavy encumbrance. Valerie is lightly encumbered.
Give the order.
That was weird. Not going to lie. What's this? Golden Signet. Oh, merchant will play well for this ring. Topaz ring. Do we have a better crossbow for Tristan? I mean, we can give him a heavy crossbow, I suppose. He's blind, but he's got blind fight, so he's not dangerous. I thought I took your crossbow off you and gave it to Tristan. Oh, I might have taken it off your sister, actually. Alrighty, let's flip over to the other just talking. Hello. 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 So yeah, let's round this off with the usual stuff, unless anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints you can just keep to yourself, I don't care. I am Cameron Russmore. I have mainly been playing Pathfinder Kingmaker since starting up streaming. This has been session 51. In session 52, basically at twice a week will mark 6 months of me streaming. I mean, I think it's been longer than that because I've had to miss a couple of sessions here and there. But it's been about 6 months of streaming. And I feel that that's crazy. I don't feel like it's been 6 months. Let's get some background music going. Groove, give me music. I only use Groove because it's there, it works, I don't care. So yeah, it's been 6 months of streaming. My hair has probably grown a bit in that time. That's weird. Not weird that my hair is growing, but it's like, if you look back on my streams, you could probably actually maybe see my hair growing out a little bit. I mean, it's really getting there at the moment. I also play Cyberpunk 2077 on the Mondays. and I play Hitman 3. I do actually mean to double check Hitman 3 elusive targets, because this is coming up tomorrow. This seems wrong. Started 26th. Maybe? No, that's going to be video. I don't want to watch a video on it. I want to... Hitman 3 roadmap. Come on, give me the roadmap. Here we go. This is an image. I just want this image. 26th of February. Tomorrow. It actually starts tomorrow, so depending on what time it starts tomorrow, it might be elusive targets. If it's like it starts tomorrow but at midnight, then it won't be elusive targets. It will just be me continuing on the story. If I manage to do the elusive targets, then I'll be padding out the rest of the stream with continuing on the story. I'm doing it, although it's Hitman 3, I'm actually playing through Hitman 1 and going all the way through to Hitman 3. I've never played Hitman 2 before. I own it, but luckily I've been able to get it so that I've been imported the content into Hitman 3. They've finally got that sorted. And going forward, I'm going to be doing the elusive targets as and when they come out, and then getting back to the plot. Once I've finished the plot, just to keep in practice until all the elusive targets are over, I'm going to be going through the previous, the missions, maybe picking and choosing, maybe getting suggestions from chat as to they'd like me to attempt this mission by using a sniper rifle, for example. And then I'll see about whether I can make it work or not. I can't make that work at the moment. I don't own a sniper rifle in the game. Before anybody suggests. Right? That looks weird on camera. I should probably not do that. Anyway, it is time for me to call my stream. I will be back tomorrow playing Hitman 3, slightly later than the start of this stream, but check my schedule below. And hopefully this weekend I will be over on mycat_UK's channel, playing something. Hopefully we're playing Deep Rock Galactica. I missed it last week because something came up at the last moment. But yeah, if you want to check out that would be appreciated. And I hope to see you all next time. Oh, we're going to raid Halfsinger Games. I've just seen that she's come online. So if you'd like to join me there and say hi. Deep Rock Galactica is free weekend on Steam, so trying to get others involved. So yeah, Deep Rock Galactica, it's free for this weekend. If you'd like to see how it turns out when you've got some experience at playing the game, dropping into Madcat's channel is a great thing. Before you invest when the free weekend is over. The free weekend, I'm guessing, is part of their 3-year celebration. I do need to get the hat. I need to double check what the requirements for getting the hat is. I got the 2-year hat. I don't have the 1st-year hat. I want the 3rd-year hat. So yeah, Halfsinger Games. Okay, join me in the raid over there. Say hi, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Howdy, bye.